Wolves take on Nottingham Forest on Wednesday night. It's 7:30 kickoff under the lights at Molineux. Hopefully Wolves can pick up the first win of the season. I think we were very unlucky with the result on the weekend. Me and Liam will be hosting a podcast on Thursday evening. So if you've got any questions, then make sure you get them down in the comments below and we can answer them for you. We'll be going over both the Aston Villa game and the Nottingham Forest game, and hopefully we might be 3 points better off, who knows, come Wednesday night. Some team news from Rob Edwards' latest press conference. Ladislav Krejci probably won't be available. Has took a bit of a knock to the back of his knee and he's not fit. He was out on the grass today, but he didn't actually partake in any training. It was more with the sports scientists. At Doherty looks set to return back to action. He's been on the grass with the lads and has completed a full day of training, so he's available for selection if called upon by Rob Edwards. There were a couple of little knocks in the Aston Villa game. Totti Gomez and Israel Gomez both have come through, trained with first team today, so hopefully there's no issues there with either of those players. Dyche had his press conference, I believe it was yesterday. Some news coming out of the Forest camp. Thankfully for us, Chris Wood will not be playing. He's still not fit, which is a good sign because he's relentless at scoring goals, especially at the Molineux and getting one over on us with his former links to the Albion. Gibbs-White had a little bit of a knock at the end of the last game. He's available for selection along with Murillo, which is it's a shame for Wolves because if Morata was playing, I think we'd stand a better chance of. Gibbs-White hopefully has a bit of a tough time and can't complete the full 90. Hopefully, like I say, he was injured and hobbled off towards the end of the last game, so we'll have to see how he's managed through the game, and hopefully he doesn't cause us as much trouble as what he usually does. It's going to be an interesting game, this Forest game. I am really looking forward to it, actually. I know I feel like I'm repeating this every single week, but it feels nice to have come out of that Aston Villa game and feel like there were some positives towards the game, to be honest. Obviously, like I say, we'll go back through everything in the podcast on Thursday, but I think there were some really decent performances there. I want to give a mention to Totti Gomez as well, because I think he had a bit of a shaky start, but obviously I've been quite critical over his performances as of late. And I think he had a really decent game against Aston Villa, actually. We just need to be a bit sharper. We still need to be a bit more aware. But I think the positives from that game are the fact that we actually had a style of play, which was really nice to see. There was patterns of play. There was links between Molineux and Bellegarde on that left-hand side. I've got to say, I genuinely thought that David Molineux, maybe apart from his chance creation, I think he had a very decent game. I think he got into the right areas very well. I think he was always an option out on that left-hand side, and I think that's something that we can definitely take into this game against Nottingham Forest. They obviously played Malmo last week, where they came out 3-0 winners. They had a heavily rotated team for that, and then they also played Brighton the weekend and lost 2. They're a bit of an inconsistent side, Nottingham Forest, and I think that's something that Wolves can absolutely exploit. Like I say, they're full of injuries. They've obviously not got Chris Wood, which is a huge bonus to us, because the last thing we need to see is Chris Wood lining up at the Molineux. If we're going in on terms of style of play, it's going to be a hard game. Sean Dyche loves to play Wolves, to be honest. He knows exactly what to do to kind of get the best out of Wolves. He always sets up a low block. He did with Burnley. He did with Everton. He drops his defence a couple of it and invites the pressure, because obviously if our attacking outlet isn't on point tomorrow, then there'll be limited chances created. But what I will say is, to caveat that, especially going back to the Villa game as well, I think there were a lot of positives, and it's never nice to lose in a derby, especially not against the Villa, especially for myself. But I actually came out of it feeling a lot more positive than what I have done in, every other game this season. I think Strand Larsen was looking a bit more like himself. The finish, by the way, was absolutely lovely. The finish was absolutely top tier. It was really good. It was a shame that Arias had strayed offside, and typical of me to go and say that. I think Emi Martinez is bang average at best, and then goes and pulls out a world-class game. So I'm going to have to stop saying stuff on the previews and the podcast now, won't I? Because I seem to be jinxing the luck for the Wolves fans, I think. But yes, we move on to Nottingham Forest. Wednesday night under the lights at Molineux, it should absolutely be one to get the crowd going, I think. Gibbs-White coming back to the Molineux and obviously looking available for selection is always a tasty one. I know the Forest fans will be singing his name from minute 1 to 90 as usual, and I'm sure myself likewise and every other stand in the Molineux will be giving him some stick. It's a bit of an awkward one with Gibbs-White because he is one of those players that seems to thrive under getting the boos and the jeers off the fans. So as a fan base, do we still give him crap? I think we probably will. I know I probably will. I can't help it. As soon as I see Gibbs-White coming onto the Molineux pitch, I have nothing but resentment for the bloke. And I can't help myself. I have to go and boo him. But I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a very good game. I think what I will say is the first goal is absolutely necessary to this game, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think if that first goal would have stood against Villa the weekend, I think the scoreline would have been completely different because we would have had something to defend. Like I say, I think we played very well. I think Forest, we're going to be in the same boat. If we can try and nab an early lead, I think given the circumstances of that Wolves have been in of late, I think it's 10 or 11 Premier League games so far this season where we've conceded first and we've lost. So we need to go out, we need to be aggressive from the out, and let's see if we can really make a dent into Forest. If they play some of the players who they have been playing at the back recently, Savona, God, I think we dodged a bullet there. I mean, I know Jackson Thatcher hasn't been great, to be honest, but Savona looks absolutely woeful for me. If Murillo can't play 90 minutes, I wouldn't expect him to start, maybe. I'm not too sure. Obviously, you never know with Sean Dyche, but if Morata's there, so easy to get at him. You just bully him. Honestly, you just bully him. He's awful. He makes us look like we've got some really good footballers. Obviously, the key talisman for the Forest midfield will be Elliot Anderson. Look, we were waxing lyricals about Adam Wharton the other day, and I think you have to do the same thing for Elliot Anderson, to be honest. Just watching him in an England shirt, the way he glides, the way he dictates play, everything went through the pair of them when they have played for England. And if Elliot Anderson picks up that ball in the middle of the pitch and starts driving, we need to be quick and aggressive on him and make sure that he can't spread the balls like the way that he has been, because he's their key talisman. There is no other way about it. Then we'll probably start with Igor Jesus up front, I would have thought. He's been their focal point there, number 9. A lone striker against a 3 at the back. I don't know why. I'm feeling very positive. I think it's, like I say, I can always take losing as long as we lose in a manner which we can see what the players were trying to do, and that's exactly what I took out the Villa game. So I think let's go over to our predicted lineup. Me and Liam have both done one, but Liam, he's pretty much the same as me, obviously, apart from the fact that he thought that Ladislav Krejci might come back into the team. Obviously, after Rob Edwards' press conference, we know that won't be happening. We have gone with this. Yep, we think it'll be the exact same lineup as Villa. The problem with Wolves so far is the lack of consistency that we've had and not knowing our best team, to be honest. I think the way that we attacked at Villa, I don't think Molineux deserves to be dropped because, like I say, he got into the right areas. He created some lovely triangles with Bellegarde throughout the pitch. Bellegarde himself, I think he has to play. I think if we are going to really get at Forest, if Savona plays, I think he can take Savona one all day. And I mean, just going back to the Villa game, if you get a similar sort of chance where Bellegarde's broke free and then plays that ball into the box, there's no way that someone like Morata is doing the same job as what Pau Torres did the other day. Obviously, they have got Milenkovic, so the physical battles are going to be hard for Strand Larsen to win. I really do like Milenkovic. I think he's a really tidy defender. But yeah, I can see the same back 5. I can't see any changes in midfield. We haven't really got another midfielder. I think a lot of people have obviously been getting on the back of Arias. I don't think he was awful in the game against Villa. I think he was very unlucky with the offside. But unfortunately, that is the way that football is going at the moment. And, you know, one of those will hopefully come off for us in the right way at some point soon. But look, it's going to be a tough game against Nottingham Forest. 7:30 under the lights of Molineux. Will we see a return to all of the lights? That'd I think get the crowd going again. But I'm really looking forward to it. Going to give my score prediction, and I think I'm going to go with a 1-0 Wolves win. It sounds like I'm saying that all the time. I could see a 2-0 Wolves win. I know Forest are good. They've won 4 games in the Dyche so far since he's been there. I just feel like that we can do something. We've got to build on that Villa game. And like I mentioned previously, if we can get at them and take that confidence and that swagger from the Villa game of being able to go against one of the better teams in the Premier League and cause them a problem like we did, take that into Forest at home with the fans right behind them. And to be honest, this feels as much as a derby as anything else. As of recent years, we've kind of got this this hate relationship with the Forest fans. So the fans will definitely be up for this game. Definitely. And then you can take anything out of this game, hopefully 3 points, even a point into the game against United. And again, they could be up for the taking. We'll obviously get a match preview as well out for that game. You'll have to kind of bear with us at the moment because the games are coming thick and fast and we're still really new to the whole YouTube scene and trying to edit and upload. And I'm trying my best for you. And if you have any feedback, please let us know. What I will say is as well, if you could please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd like to hit 100 subscribers before the end of the year. I think we're currently at 82. It would be greatly appreciated. And obviously we haven't been going for very long and it's such a joy to be able to do these videos for everyone. I'm really pleased with all the feedback that we seem to be getting so far. So if you do like the videos, please like, subscribe and share with everyone. And let's hope that Rob Edwards can navigate this team to getting the first 3 points of the season against Nottingham Forest. Oh, tough test. Let's see how it goes. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you on probably Friday when the video goes out with the podcast with Liam. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe.